keep calling. How about this, though? With a minute left and Cleveland up 10-7, Browns running back Nick Chubb broke off a 59-yard run, but intentionally ran out of bounds at the 1 with no defenders around. Cleveland would kneel and run the clock out, winning the game by 3, but failing to cover the spread thanks to Chubb ending his run early. The running back said the plan was for him to get a first down and give himself up, but he didn't remember those instructions until he was inside the 10. So, Shannon, did he make the right decision?
Man, go ahead and score the touchdown. Skip, if they come back and beat you down by 10 points with 56 seconds, you deserve to lose.
17-7.
That's what the score would have been. Sometimes I think these guys overthink it. Skip, this is not a situation where they got timeouts. If you score a touchdown, now you only have a 7 or 8 point lead. Skip, they were going to have to get the ball twice. They were going to have to score, onside, get it again, and score again. Guys, don't overthink it. You're thinking too much.
Okay, but even though it would have been virtually impossible for the Texans to come back at 17-7 with 54 seconds left, whatever it was, it would be 1,000% impossible, especially if he had just kneeled or slid at the 5 or whatever he wanted to do, because he stepped out of bounds and stopped the clock. Right. So that undercut some of the strategy, right? Because he was told by the coaches, try to get the 3rd and 3, because it's 3rd and 3. And if you can get the 3, then get down and stay in bounds, right? And let the clock run, because I think they were out of
timeouts. They were out of timeouts.
Okay. So on this one, he said he didn't think of it until the last second. Wait a second, they told me to get down, and all he could do is step out of bounds. But if he slides or kneels and stays in bounds, then the game is really going to be over, right? You don't even have to kneel at the clock.
Man, I'm going to get that to him. You know, that'll be some money, Skip. Okay. I'm going to get that to him.
Well, you would make your fantasy owners happy, right?
I'd have made the Vegas.
You'd make the bettors happy, because that was, they were given 4.5. Cleveland 4.5. So he cost a lot of people a lot of money.
Man, do you know how many people throw their TVs out the window, Skip, with this one?
Okay.
But like I said, Skip, if he scores a touchdown and now all of a sudden it's a 7, it's an 8-point ball game, I get it. But 10, come on. Got to go.
No, I go with the letter of the law. Just end it.
Yeah,
completely. And that's what Nick Chubb is made of. He's got no ego. That's why I love that young man.
And you notice the difference in this team?
Good point, guys.
They had 2 guys go over 100. Run the football. Play through your run the football.
Around here. So much to get to. Thank you, guys. You guys were great today. Good stuff. Skip, Shannon. We're back at the same time tomorrow morning. The Herd is on right after us. So call and enjoy. Have a good day. An interception. So, Shannon, what did last night tell you about both teams?
Let me start with the Ravens first. The Ravens are not going to win the AFC North, and they're not going to win the AFC. They're too deficient. Now, although I thought Lamar threw the ball last night in those conditions better than he had at any point in time this season, Skip. Now, he had the one horrible interception right before the half, and I thought that was because Hollywood was in his ear. He's trying to appease him. And he never should have thrown that ball. Because there was no opening between Hollywood and the DB. So that was really the only mistake that I really saw that he made. Skip, I was shocked how well New England was able to run the ball against that Baltimore Ravens defense. Now, I know I think Brandon Williams ended up getting hurt.
He was gone in the first half. Calais Campbell was out. So you take those 2 pieces out of the middle of it, and you're going to have problems.
But the one thing that we know about Coach Belichick, once he's committed to something, he's committed to it. He was committed to the run last night. And Damian Harris did a great job of running the football. Burkhead, they run tough, they run hard. Cam did not turn the ball over. That being said, that's the way the Patriots are going to have to win, Skip. I'm sorry. The days of Tom throwing for 300 yards, the days of Cam and Carolina Cam, MVP Cam, and that's not the way they're going to win. They're going to win games like this. That's not going to be aesthetically pleasing. But at the end of the day, are you in the dub or are you in the AL column? And that's just the way it is. And given the conditions that were last night, I mean, everybody ran the ball. I mean, even Lamar and them, the Ravens ran the ball for 115 yards on 28 carries. But it's just something about the Ravens offense. And we get it, Skip. We know it normally takes a year for defenses to catch up. The question is, I still have for Lamar, I know it's going to take some time, but you got to continue to get better at throwing the football, or this is what it's going to look like for the foreseeable future.
I do agree with your first takeaway. I thought under the circumstances, he threw it pretty well last night. One of his better games this year.
Yeah, 24-34 Skip for 249 in those conditions.
And remember, they're a little desperate at the end of the half. There's 7 seconds left. And you're right. He and Hollywood are all at each other on the sideline because Hollywood wants a deep ball because that's what he does. So he thinks, okay, he's got single coverage, but it's J.C. Jackson who's really emerged as a star cornerback.
Right.
There's no Stephon, but that guy is, he's like 1A to Stephon. And he says, okay, I'll throw it up for grabs and hope that he can have a half step and I can get it through him through the driving rain for a touchdown. You have a chance to complete a 10-yard pass at the sideline and call timeout, and you got, is he the best kicker in football?
Yes.
Right?
Probably so.
And so maybe you could even the score at 13 at halftime. You're down 13-10.
Right.
And instead, he just throws it up for grabs. And between those two, J.C. Jackson's probably going to come down with it. And he did. And it ended their scoring threat. They had it down to the New England 38. And that was the end of that half. My biggest takeaway from the game was the best pass I saw all night was not thrown by Lamar Jackson or Cam Newton. It was thrown by the undrafted receiver who is now the star receiver for the New England Patriots named Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers. And he, on a trick play, just cuts loose and throws it to Rex Burkhead. And it was a great throw.
Yep.
And it dropped down out of the sky between two DBs, and there was Rex Burkhead to catch it because Rex Burkhead can catch the football.
Yes.
He made a couple of big catches in the Super Bowl drive that won the game against the Rams for Tom Brady, obviously. And that was the play of the night. That changed the whole game because they were down 10-7 at that point, and you can't tell me Baltimore wasn't semi-aware that that guy was a quarterback at North Carolina State. You don't think they talked about it?
Skip, they got the guy covered. I mean, the linebacker clean runs with it, but he just lost the ball.
He just lost the ball. And it was a good throw and a very good catch under duress in the end zone.
But you know what really doomed the Ravens, Skip, the offense? The center and his ability to snap the ball.
Horrible.
Skip, that was I mean, there were 3 on 4th down. He snaps the ball, and so now you give them a short field. And you roll the ball back to Lamar, and you lose 16
yards.
So that happened time and time again. And I get it.
Drops.
Mark Andrews have a drop right there, and it just goes, he's trying to run before he secures the football. But I get it. The conditions. But it wasn't like Cam and the Patriots were playing on the phone booth.
No.
It was wet on their sideline, too, because I looked over there and Coach Belichick was getting rained on also.
He was.
So it wasn't just raining on your side of the field, Ravens. You got to make plays. And I know, trust me, I played in the rain, played a lot of elements. It's not easy, but you got to make those plays.
Got to make those plays. I envisioned Coach Belichick before this game conjuring up the rain somehow, like I don't know, it was voodoo or he's got a weather machine. But those conditions were so ugly that it gave his team a real shot to pull off an upset.
Especially that last drive. I said, now this is ridiculous. It wasn't raining like this until the last drive with like 1 minute and 15 seconds to go.
It's impossible. It's impossible. It's raining sideways.
They should have just called that. Okay, that's enough now.
That's it. Call it off. So it was an ugly game with an ugly outcome, at least for me, because I picked Baltimore to win it all this year.
Yes.
I'm going to hang with them, but they got their issues. I'm also going to remind you, they were coming off their best half of the year because just in their previous Sunday game, they were at Indy, and they won the second half 17-0 over a team that then went to Tennessee and
destroyed
won.
Tennessee.
Yeah, destroyed them. So that was impressive to me. But to your point, Pittsburgh is running and hiding with this division, right?
Yeah. I don't know, Skip. And there's no person out there. There's no quick fix. Lamar's just going to have to throw the football better. I thought they gave him opportunities. I thought Greg Roman, but guys going to have to catch the ball. I know the opportunities are few and far between, but when you get those opportunities, you're going to have to come down with the football. You are. And, they lost Doyle. I think that's the name, Boyle.
Yeah, which was horrible.
Horrible.
It was as soon as it happened, I just said that.
But, Skip, you're going to get this. Because remember earlier, they got 2 unnecessary roughness for hitting a receiver. So you're going to get guys going low. And I just hate it. I just hate it. But the Ravens, you're going to have to get better. You're going to have to catch the ball better. Lamar's going to have to continue to prove and throwing the football. But like I said, 24-34 for 249, 2 touchdowns. one interception. The interception should have never happened. And that's the thing with the really great quarterbacks can do, Skip. They can block out the noise, guys. Man, throw me the ball, I was open. Okay. I'm going to go back there and go through my reads.
That is
and
correct.
my read dictates you, and my read takes you to you.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
you're open, I'm going to throw you the ball. If not, I'm going elsewhere.
I still believe in Lamar Jackson's football character, and I think they will figure it out, even though they're getting depleted to the point of being decimated.
Yeah.
Because they lost the left tackle.
Yeah,
Stanley,
yeah, Stanley.
Yep.
Lamar said they're ticked off. They don't like losing. So we'll see how they respond, guys. Interesting in that front. Well, Michael Vick will join us to break down Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins and that amazing game-winning play. I just want to keep watching it over and over again.